2021 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order, please. Order. Thank you. Could I have a roll call, please? Here.
Here. Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements of the board?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. Approval of the minutes of the meeting of April 29th, 2021.
I'll make a motion to defer the approval of those minutes.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Correspondence, item A. Correspondence received from Gatlin Plumbing and Heating Incorporated requesting lane closure of the eastern northbound Columbia Avenue lane in front of the Hammond Sanitary District to tap an existing cast iron water main of the week of June 7th through June 11th, 2021.
Good morning. Basically, all this is a project for the sanitary district. They are tying in a water main to loop it around inside the sanitary district. So they had to cut into the hot tap the main.
Okay. All right, thank you.
But I recommend it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve Gatlin Plumbing's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item B, correspondence received from Mr. Gerardo Pineda requesting a rental registration hearing set for June 10th, 2021 be continued to July 8th, 2021 as he will be out of town. Good. July, is that good? Good. Okay.
Okay. I will make a motion to approve Mr. Pineda's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Correspondence received requesting a rental registration hearing.
Okay. I will make a motion to set that hearing for July 8th, 2021.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item D, correspondence received from Mr. Nelson, Armeo, 54 172nd Street, requesting permission for street closure on 172nd Street to Forest Avenue on Saturday, June 12, 2021, from noon to 6 for a birthday party. I think we've done this before.
Yeah, and it's a real short block.
It's only a little section.
Yeah. You
That's
good?
fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're not asking for anything, no? They're not asking for no barricades or anything, but
Normally when they close
do you guys want to know about it? They're not asking, right? Okay. Sorry. Yeah, we'll
Do
do
I
it.
have to mention it?
No.
Okay. Then I will make a motion to approve Mr. Armeo's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Matters from board members. There are two matters here. Comcast cable, right-of-way permits for some 141st Street. Thumbs up from the city engineer, okay?
Vote on it? Comcast?
Yes.
Okay. Make a motion to approve, what is it, a contract?
No, it's right-of-way
Closure.
permits, right-of-way.
Okay,
right-of-way
gotcha, okay.
permits.
I'll make a motion to approve the right-of-way permit for Comcast.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And secondly, there's a sweeping services, is this a contract, Mr. Smith? Or is this just an understanding with State of Indiana, NDOT?
Yes, Mr. President and Board, good morning. It is an agreement that we do on an annual basis through this board, but actually, obviously, the Department of Public Works performs those services for the state in which the city gets paid for those services.
Okay.
So we're just approving the contract.
I'd request its approval.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Then I will make a motion to approve the contract.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anything else from board?
No, sir.
Okay, matters from other department heads or their representatives? Mr. Smith?
Just real quick, at the Park Board meeting last night, and I believe Katie, the Park Board Secretary, will be forwarding to you all, or maybe to PD, Hammond High graduating class is going to have a event in MLK Park coming up, and I just wanted to make sure that PD knew about it, just so if they needed to, I don't think it's, it's up to you guys if you want to do anything, but I wanted to advise you about it. So that's either going to be coming to PD or to this board soon. I think it's next week, the 9th or something like
Next weekend?
that. The 9th, maybe middle of the week, so.
Oh,
Didn't we approve the parking in the parking lot here already for them? I thought we did that.
I'm not,
The walkthroughs here.
yeah, that was for the
high
walk.
school.
Yeah, this is the actual senior class doing like a picnic and kind of final.
Oh, the current
goodbye.
senior class.
Yep,
Okay.
current senior class. So you'll be getting a notice of that. I asked the park board to forward that over to you.
Okay.
Okay. That's just an acknowledgement of the same, or?
Yeah, don't even need to. I just wanted
Okay,
the board
all right.
and more PD.
Okay. Mr. Gordish?
Yes, I like to submit a permit for NIPSCO to you. It's kind of an emergency valve replacement. We received this approximately 3 o'clock yesterday. It is located on McCook and 173rd, approximately by the Armory across the street.
Is there a lane closure? Any lane closure at all? Must be, right?
No, well,
No?
maybe a lane restriction. Most of it's
Right.
in a parkway. There's 2 valves on the north side of 173rd.
No, they're on the east side of the.
So there may be the lane restriction westbound, northbound lane. But I talked to him this morning. He doesn't anticipate much of a lane closure.
Okay.
They will have their barricades out there if necessary and so forth.
Okay.
And like I said, this came up 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and I talked to him. He said it's kind of emergency, and I hate to bring it,
No, no.
not get it on
natural
their
gas, They think it's an
agenda.
emergency, it probably is.
right.
Okay, then I will make a motion to approve NIPSCO's request.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anything else from department heads or representatives? Okay, new business, Mylar of the Erie Industrial Addition to the City of Hammond submitted for signature.
Good morning to the venerable members of our board.
Mr. Plutt?
This is the Erie Edition, Industrial Edition. It was a project that worked cooperatively with the Hammond Sanitary District, who purchased 2 railroad parcels just north of the district, the Hammond Redevelopment Commission and Hammond Machine Works. So it's a subdivision plat for that particular location. It's been through the Plan Commission and approved by them, and so we just need the board's approval of the plat.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. I know where we're going.
Good? Okay. Then I will make a motion to approve the plat.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item B, notice of violation hearing on property located at 2115 Lincoln Avenue.
Morning, Board.
Morning.
Morning, morning. Okay.
Upon inspection of the property located at 2115 Lincoln Avenue, we determined that there was 2 units in the property, a first floor and a second floor apartment. After performing research on the property, it was determined to find that the property was originally constructed as a single-family residence. And based on the current construction, there are no fire-rated doors separating the 2 units from the first and second floor, and lack of permits to account for the creation of the second floor unit.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I purchased the property, in 1998. And when I purchased it, it was a multi-unit. So I've been living there for the duration of the time until present. And I've never done anything to the property, like far as closing off any entrances or anything like that. So I don't understand when I got the notice, it says 2008, that it was, there was a violation, there was no permit, what have you. I purchased the property in 1998, and I have all my documentation here. And I've been paying rental agreement since 2008, when the city sent me a letter saying, come in and pay your rental. And I have all of the documentation as well.
So, ma'am, we don't hold you responsible, ma'am, for the creation of the unit.
Right.
It was just based on what we find and when we research, like we have here the permit research history. And here, I'll give you this one as a copy so
Oh,
you can keep
absolutely.
this. And then we have ledgers that date back to the 1920s that we have showing what
Okay.
the property was originally constructed as. And This first permit here, in 1926, the property was constructed as a six-room frame residence. So that, and when we say it says frame residence, that details a single-family residence, because the permits would account to say, oh, 2 units or multi-unit property if we find that in the permit research. And based on that, that would not show that the property was properly constructed with the proper fire-rated safety measures in order for it to be, make sure that, say, hey, if there was a fire that was to possibly happen in the first floor, it would not spread to the second floor,
Right.
therefore being able to be safe and habitable for occupation.
Okay,
I
so
understand.
just for the board's clarification, so you bought it in 1998.
That is correct.
Was there a rental unit in the property at the time?
Yes,
There
and I
was.
have the documentation here.
So typically, if there was a rental unit, she was registering that apartment each year, and then she occupied one, then.
Well, she said it was from 2008 you had rented the unit, right?
Well, no. 2008, when the city sent me a letter, I
Okay.
had to come to court.
Okay.
I had an inspector come in my house as well, and I have
Okay.
all the documentation here. They told me that I was fined if I don't pay for the rental registration. Prior to that, I did have rental, people occupying the upper unit, just a single woman. And every year since, I've been coming here and registering the unit. Now, it's not occupied right now, but when I received the letter, I was kind of, stumped. Why am I getting this letter now saying convert the property back, if I want to convert the property back, or,
Okay.
it's not.
So how is it that the city had found out about the property specifically?
Typically, if it was a lack of registration, if it was registered at one point, then not registered at another, or if she's occupying one of the units and registering one, and then moved out, and now we're registering 2. So the discrepancy in the number of units would,
Okay.
trigger a red flag for us to require an inspection.
Okay.
The other thing, we're not, accusing the property owner of creating the.
No, I think the board
unit at
understands
all.
that.
The main concern is that, based on the evidence of what the property was constructed as, is the lack of permits pulled after the fact to convert a section of that home for separate habitation as a unit. There are certain requirements and material need to be put in place. So,
So she says presently that it's not occupied, correct?
No, it's not occupied right now, and Chris came over, right?
Yes.
He came over and seen it, it's not occupied. However, my concern is if I want to sell, because per the letter that I received,
Right.
if I want to sell, I have to convert it into a single-family home. Well, from my house, there is no way that I can get into that apartment. You have to come outside the door and then enter to a second door to go upstairs. So I'm not sure, how do I do that? What do I do?
So essentially, if you wanted to convert the unit back to a single family, all you have to do is take out the kitchen that's upstairs and then cap off the gas line behind the wall. And then you'd also have to, there are 2 electric meters and 2 gas meters, correct? So you'd have to just have those converted down to 1 in both.
Right, but how are you gonna access the house from the inside of the home to make it a single family?
there would have had to have been an interior staircase constructed at some point in time that's been covered up. Whether they removed it entirely, or just sealed it off in a section of the property, that's gonna have to be determined by a licensed contractor. Our contention is just that the materials are not in place to make it a safe, 2-unit property. She is well within her rights, our licensed contractor and an engineer to determine if it's financially feasible or compliant with our zoning and, building code requirements to make the property a safe 2-unit. However, it's our contention that it would be safer occupied as what it was originally intended as a single-family home, and therefore contractor would come in and pull permits to do that conversion. If she intends on selling the property, as long as, we're on the same page, we understand that the property needs to be occupied as a single-family home, we would ask that the board affirm our findings and decisions to do the conversion, and then she can sell it with the understanding that the purchaser would then move forward with doing the conversion prior to occupying the property. So she necessarily doesn't, we want to establish that whoever comes to own the property now or in the future is aware that it can only be occupied as a single family. Unless other means are.
No, I understand, we understand that, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to, so there's no way to keep it as a 2-unit?
She's, I can't say per se, I haven't seen the property itself. there's minimum requirements that need to be met for a two-unit, one two-family dwelling. A minimum of 50-foot lot frontage would be the starting with zoning requirements. So that way you can comply with the side easements, the fire setback code requirements of 3 feet between the existing property line or 6 feet of existing structures. There's a fire easement that has to be maintained, so.
Without a variance, right?
Correct.
Right.
Correct. So if she wants to go through the process of hiring the contractor to get estimates on what it would cost to implement those safety measures and implement the material that should be in place to occupy this unit, she's well within her right to do so and explore that option. Typically, it's more cost effective and more safer to bring the property back to what it was originally constructed as.
Well, I mean, I get that short term, it's more cost effective, but long term, she'd have the ability to rent the apartment. So that's why I just want to make sure she's aware of every option.
Every person every property owner that we deal with has that option to see if it's feasible to make a safe unit.
Okay.
Installing the appropriate fire separation assembly between the two units throughout, proper means of egress, the property would have to meet a two-family dwelling code requirement.
My only concern is who's going to pay for all of this, because over the years, the city has come out numerous times, and there was never an issue until recently. So, and I have all of my paperwork, because I always keep it, I'm a realtor, and all my paperwork is in my file. Everybody come out, everything is fine, everything is good, and now I receive a letter saying convert it, or if you want to sell it, you do this, this, and this. Is the city going to come in and do that? Because I'm fine with if the city is gonna come in and give me a permit and do all these things that they're asking me to do. I'm fine with that.
There's no requirement that the city has any sort of time frame for when they have to inspect. I mean, obviously, there's 40,000, residential dwellings in the city of Hammond. So when it comes to the city's attention, when it comes to the inspection department attention, that's when we go ahead and begin enforcement. So if you've got paperwork from the city saying it's fine, I'd like to see it, because I don't know what that.
Yeah, and I have paperwork as well.
What paperwork do you have, though?
I have all of it here.
All right.
And when I purchase a property, I have all of the receipts, I have all of.
Right, but the city had nothing to do with you purchasing it, you understand?
No, I understand that totally.
So when you purchase it, you
Here's
have
a
an
list of the
obligation. Yeah.
paperwork that I have from the city.
So this is just a rental registration hearing.
Yeah, they told me that I have to come in, I was in violation of rental registration. If
Right,
it
yeah,
wasn't
so
a
that's
rental.
that's it, and there's an electrical permit here for a reconnect fee. There's it looks like there was definitely some rental registration issues, a mechanical permit, shows number of units to a reconnect fee. Yeah, I mean, I guess here's what I would say to you, ma'am, is that at the end of the day, I guess the city could have enforced it at any of these times.
Understandable.
So at this point, and here's your paperwork back.
Thank you.
At this point, it's now we're enforcing it. So, and we're willing to work with you and
Okay.
figure out a way to figure out whether you can do a 2-unit, whether you can't. What we tell people and realtors, we've told them for many years, is that when you're buying a place in Hammond, make sure you check with the city to see what you're getting yourself into. Obviously you've had it for 23 years, hasn't been a problem.
No.
But now it's kind of on our radar, so we want to try to resolve it, and we'll work with you.
Absolutely, yeah, but if the city would willing to come out and just take a look and see where I can cut this opening to get into the apartment upstairs, I'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm sure we can figure something out with the inspectors. Go out there and work with
Perfect.
you, okay? I'd say maybe instead of for status, right? Yeah. Mr. President, I recommend set it for status for 60 days, give us time to do an inspection and speak with the homeowner to see what we can do on this.
So are we affirming the findings today, or are we gonna wait till the 60 days?
That's safe with me.
Wait?
Yeah.
Because again, nobody's in the second unit, right?
No,
So we're,
That's less of a concern. I would just add.
it is less of a concern because of that.
Right, I just
For
want
now.
the homeowner, would you go ahead and just state on the record that you are not gonna put anyone in there between now and when we have the next status of 60 days?
absolutely, I will not,
All right.
Okay.
yeah.
Is August 5th okay?
I will schedule it,
It's a Thursday, so,
that's
yeah.
fine.
August 5th.
Okay. Okay, you good then, Kev?
Yep.
Okay, then I'm gonna set this matter over for status to August 5th, 2021, and hopefully that'll give you time to get an understanding of what needs to be done and all that stuff.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye?
Aye.
I give you my card, right?
Okay, yeah, I
Chris?
think I have your card.
Yeah, give me a call and I'll talk to you.
She worked at the bank forever.
Okay, let's move on to item C, rental registration hearings on properties located at 5709 Erie Avenue, 4940 Oak Avenue, 910 Murray Street, 3146 Kenwood Street, 6946 Marshall Avenue, and 3407 163rd Street, 507 Highland Street, and 6814 Colorado Avenue, 256 Vine, 1331 Sherman Street, 1327 Sherman Street, and 822 Morris.
Okay, so the first property up is 5709 Erie Avenue. Mr. Lopez? All right, so I'm showing this property as a single-family home. Mr. Lopez has owned the property since 2011. He has registered on time every year and missed the rental registration for 2021. The main concern with this property is, upon performing the research for it, it was discovered that since Mr. Lopez's ownership in 2011, he has been claiming a homestead tax exemption on the property, and there's been rental documentation to support and a lease submitted in 2012 supporting the occupancy as a rental property. So we would just request that Mr. Lopez complete the notice of change of use that I have here with me and that Attorney Smith had assisted in completing, as long as he could fill in the remaining portions of this so we can submit it to the Lake County and make the adjustment.
So in regards to the rental registration, what are we looking for?
1 year.
Just for 2021? Okay. Do you understand the explanation in regards to the homestead exemption, sir?
No, not really. Can you explain that again? I'm sorry.
Sure. So are you Mr. Lopez?
He's Mr. Bolaños.
Hi, how are you?
Translate.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for translating for him. So he has what's called a homestead exemption with the county on this property.
Okay.
Meaning that to get a homestead exemption, you have to live there. But
Okay.
because it's a rental, he doesn't live there, right? It's a rental. He rents it out?
Yeah, he rents it out.
Okay. So we're going to have him, in order for, because basically we could fine him $500 a year for how many years we got? Many. Because it hasn't been registered. So we're just asking you instead to get it registered. We're not going to fine him $500 for every year he didn't have it registered. And we want him to get rid of the homestead exemption. So his property taxes go up a little bit. It's not that much, but
Okay.
you can't have a homestead exemption on a place you rent.
Okay.
So I need him to fill out his social security number, not all of it, and driver's license number here and sign it. And that way, if you do that, then we'll let you register. This has to be filled out before you leave today.
Okay.
But I filled out most of it for him.
Okay, sounds good. Tienes que llenar este papel porque tú tienes una exemption.
So Nick, do you want us to move forward with the
If
rental
we- yeah, we
registration?
Tienes que vivir ahí.
We can, yeah.
Pero como está rentando, quieren que llenes esto.
Or like to
Vas a
make a
pagar-
decision
vas a
for
pagar
2021, that's fine.
Vas a
And then we
pagar
can
un poquito
give
más de
him
taxes,
the,
pero ya vas a estar.
Remove the homestead exemption, right?
Yeah.
Pero no
Yeah.
puedes tener los dos. No
That'll
puedes
be
tener
part of it.
exemption y
Correct.
que te rentan.
Thank you.
Porque si no, entonces te multarían desde el
Guessing
2002.
he's good with that? He already said yes,
Entonces
right?
mejor que llenes esto ya para que la registres allá.
Thank you. Thank you.
En Julio.
Good? Are we good?
We just want to make sure he understands and he's okay with the agreement, that's all.
Yes, yes we are,
Okay.
yes we are.
Thank
Sí,
you.
¿verdad? Sí, puede ser eso, ¿verdad? Que te quiten lo que tienes, vas a pagar un poquito más de taxes. Nada más, pero tienes que registrarlo. Yeah, he's he agreed.
Okay. Okay, then I will make a motion to approve the agreement between the homeowner city, and part of the agreement is making sure he no longer has the homestead exemption.
second?
All those in favor? Aye.
Yeah, $5
Y que le
a year.
pegan a la
Well, they can mail it in. I'll talk to you at our meeting about it. Anytime.
Even though it's got three,
Thank you.
we only got to sign one. Okay.
Oh, this one's only got one.
Oh, maybe he's got it. 4940 Oak Avenue?
Ms. Willis?
Morning.
So 4940 Oak Avenue, this is a single-family home. The owner has registered on time from 2014 to 2020. They've owned the property since 99, so we are here for 2021 as a single-family home.
You're in agreement with this, ma'am?
I am.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I will make a motion to approve the agreement between the homeowner and the city.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
After the meeting, they'll give you a copy of the decision, and you can take it downstairs and register for the file.
Um, 910 Murray Street.
Yes, sir. 910 Murray. So this property owner has owned the property since 2009. This is a single-family home, and we are here for the year 2001 only. They have, I'm sorry, 2021.
Okay.
I wish it was 2000. Man, that was a good year. It is a single-family home, so I just request for hear the owner's testimony.
Yeah, as long as it's the first one, we're always good with it, yeah.
And that's fine, I just wanted to make.
Okay.
Ma'am?
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
So last year we had received a notice that the rental registration fee was coming in April. And then last year, due to COVID and the pandemic and all that stuff, we have received an expansion on the due date. And then this year, we thought that was going to be the same, but we already knew that the registration was coming. We're always on time with the registration, but we didn't receive a notice this time, and we got confused on it. And then by the time that we brought in the registration, they said that it was too late.
Okay.
They have registered on time every year prior. This is the first time.
And just, the city notifying is just a courtesy. It's not an absolute, just, so you just remember that, okay?
So April 15th of every year.
Okay.
All right. You guys hang tight.
You're in agreement with the understanding with the city, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I'll make a motion to waive the late fee and approve the agreement between the homeowner and the city.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so the next item on the agenda, we have the same owner for 3 properties. It's 3146 Kenwood, 6946 Marshall, and 3407 163rd Street. Looks like she's here for that. So all 3 properties are single-family homes, and all 3 have just missed 2021. They've been the owners of these properties since 2004 and 2005 and have registered on time since their ownership 2011-2020. So we're only here for the 1 year of 2021. So as the owner understands, the registration period is from January 1st to April 15th of each year. I would just ask the board to approve the finding and decisions.
Okay. Ma'am, care to enlighten us?
Yes, temporary insanity is what I'm pleading here.
I appreciate the honesty.
I filled it all out on the 12th. I stuck it in my visor. We found out on the 13th that my daughter's fiance, who's in Fort Carson, was being deployed to a foreign state. They drove around in my car till the 18th when I went, holy crap, and stuffed them in a mailbox. That is my only. We pay on time every year. It was completely an oversight on my part.
Thank you for your candor.
Yes, I will then make a motion to waive the late fee for all 3 properties.
I appreciate that.
And approve the agreement between the homeowner and the city.
Thank you.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You gotta appreciate honest people, man.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Next item on the agenda,
It was quite peach.
we have two properties, 507 Highland and 6814 Colorado. Mr. Young? Young? Oh, okay, there you go. All right, so we have, these two properties are owned by the same property owner. It looks like they were both acquired in 2020, at which point they were already registered by the previous owner. So the new owner had just missed 2021. 507 Highland is a single-family home, and 6814 Colorado is a two-unit property.
Lease contract is, they occupy May 21.
Right. So what we have is from January 1st to April 15th of every year is
But
when you can come in and register the property.
That time, that was, we need a lot of fix. So first time I renting out May 16.
Okay, that's fine, we can make a copy of that. If you'd like, just let the board know what happened. And here, you can stand right here and introduce yourself.
Hi, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please.
Oh, I am owner of 507 Highland Avenue and also 6814 Colorado. So my tenant to occupy May 16, 2021. So I like to registration for rental registration.
Typically, if the property owner has submitted an affidavit that the property is vacant within the time frame that we accept the rental registrations each year, and we could have accepted that. With the lease being, if she would have came in, between the 30 days and registered with the lease, they probably would have processed it, but it's fine, understandable. If she'd like to make a copy of if she could take a copy of the lease down, we can attach it to the rental registration for this year and allow her, to register that property.
We're talking which one, Nick? The
This one.
6814 Colorado?
It looks like, both have.
Highlander is signed
Yeah,
May
right.
16.
It looks like both properties.
Both property, one is end of April.
Now Colorado is a two-unit. Are both units occupied?
No, one
One
still
is vacant?
vacant, need
Okay.
a lot of work.
Okay, so she can either register both units and register the one as vacant or submit an affidavit for it, depending on, how she'd like to cover that.
Okay.
We just want to make sure it's stipulated, so.
Just for 2021?
Correct, 2021 is the only year in question.
I mean, I think she's probably better off registering, because she's gonna
Right.
probably rent it at
You're
some
gonna wanna rent it,
Yeah,
right?
and that
Yeah.
way it's taken care of.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, then I'm going
You
to,
wait till
good?
after the meeting, we get you a copy
think so.
of their decision, you can take it downstairs and register, okay? Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Then I'm going to make a motion to waive the late fees and approve the agreement between the homeowner and the city.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hang tight, they'll get you a copy of the decision, okay? You're welcome. No problem.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next item on the agenda,
Working on some spring.
256 Vine Street, 1331 Sherman, and 1327 Sherman. All three properties are single-family home of Ms. Coleman. Ms. Coleman? Okay. Seeing as the property owner has failed to appear, I would request that the board deny the appeal of the late fees. I have not received any correspondence from the property owner indicating their absence today.
Is this 2021 only?
Correct, yep.
All of them?
All three properties are
Okay,
for 2021.
Okay.
okay. Then I will make a motion because the homeowner didn't come today. I'm going to make a motion to apply the late fees for all three units at a cost of $500 each one.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And lastly, I believe, 822 Morris?
822 Morris, Mr. Paz?
Oh, he didn't?
822 Morris?
I think he asked us for, didn't he ask us a week or two back to?
Yeah, so this property originally,
hearing?
yeah, there was a request submitted which appeared on the
I thought it was the 29th, the minute.
22nd. The 22nd of April was when it originally was scheduled.
Right.
On the agenda. Mr. Paz mistakenly thought it was scheduled for the 29th and requested that it be reheard, which that appeared on the agenda and set for June 3rd, which is today's date, which again, unfortunately fails to appear. So I don't feel the board needs to take any action as the late fee was assessed on the 22nd when he originally failed to appear.
Got it.
So,
All right, no action taken. 822 Morris.
and that should do it for the rental registrations for today.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Item D, agreement to rehabilitate property located at 19 Webb Street.
Good morning, Board. I believe it should be signed by the property owner. This is kind of an ongoing, I think it's gone through a couple different owners. Mr. Luter's shaking his head. He's, I know, done a couple inspections there, so we would request, we think this is the time it's going to actually get fixed up, yes, and we would request its approval.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the rehabilitate agreement for 19 Webb Street.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, item E, garage sale permit submitted for approval. No pressure. She gave us a thumbs up on the Quite Peach comment.
Seen, I watched. I mean, I would like if she would go. I know, she won't.
I can bury that, good.
It's just like this.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of garage sale permits coming up.
Yeah.
We're good, John? All right, very good.
Make a motion to approve the garage sale permits?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, moving on to old business, status of property located at 3837 Cameron Avenue.
Good morning. Mr. Luter is also here. You may recall, this is a garage only on Cameron. The owners are here as well, and they were here for the original hearing. The issue was that they had a lot of material in the garage and that we couldn't get the inspection, but I think finally they were able to remove a lot of those items, and Mr. Luter was able to get in. He's ready to make a kind of a report. Do you have those new photos, Nick? I just want to show the board this. I believe one of the owners mentioned at their last hearing that they may want to put a mural on it, and she's done a lot of artwork around the city. But I'm not sure, though. I'm sure they'll give a report as well. I do want to show you the photos these were taken recently regarding the condition of the garage, and then Mr. Luter is going to report on the inspection.
Thank you.
Morning, Board. Bill Luter, City Hammond Building Inspector. I did the inspection on May 21st, 2021, completed the report, got it to all parties on May 25th. Garage itself is structurally sound, just cosmetically looks bad. Needs a roof, needs doors, needs windows, or at least sided over windows. One framing member sustained some water damage from a bad roof. Good signs of animals inside where you could see wood was chewed off. Otherwise, it needs to be fixed up, but I don't see a reason to tear it down. It's structurally sound. They can make a shed or park cars in there if they wanted to. It all depends on what their plan is to make the repairs.
Okay, so is this on the demo list?
It is. Actually, there's a findings in order from November 19, but we've been trying to work with it's been on status a couple times. I think this is the first time the owner's been back. And I think we kept giving them time to remove the items so we could do the inspection. So we were finally able to do the inspection, which is great news. Also good news that it's structurally sound. So I think we just want to hear from the owners what the plans are and moving forward. Because my concern, of course, is that the demo order would expire in November, and we'd either knock it down before then, which we don't want to do, or we can enter
Okay.
into an agreement with them to rehab it. So
Okay.
I just want to hear what they want to do.
Okay,
Yeah,
good morning.
Morning.
good morning. Yeah, that's, thought we already agreed to that we're rehabbing it. It's already was started. I know you all have a lot going, probably don't remember from last time. I already had started the trim and all that. And I was ordered to stop, but yeah, it is actually being remodeled right now, or repaired, or.
So from the perception for looking at it, so what's the game plan going forward now, if you know? as
Okay,
to-
right, well, this now,
Now that
I
you got the
don't
green
work, I
light?
have no money. I'm actually putting a GoFundMe right now to try to get money for materials, for siding. I don't know how successful that'll be. I've done them before for my art career, and I've gotten about $10. So I don't know how much it's gonna help. I'm trying. I've been to Habitat for Humanity, the resale shop. As you suggested, they did say they didn't have any at the time. They do get some in. They said they can't put me on a list. I gotta keep checking every couple days. And it's first come, first served. But they get roofing and siding, so I gotta keep checking on that. It's the only way I'm gonna afford it, because
Okay.
I believe there's like at least 7,000 on the paper he
Oh, that
submitted.
he gave you?
Yeah, and that's like possible right now, but I'm trying to get it, and I fully intend to make it like it's supposed to be, presentable. And I'm doing my best, I'm really doing my best. I'm trying everything if there's maybe a city, maybe a loan, although with me not working, and he's on disability, right? Not disability.
So I didn't mean to interrupt you, but here's maybe some ideas. One is we definitely need to enter into a rehab agreement, because that will, as part of the rehab agreement, we always have the homeowner agree that the 2-year expiration date doesn't apply, and because we're working with them. So that'll obviously take away the concern we have, and obviously we still want it to be permitted. I don't think there's any objection from the inspections department to the homeowner continuing to do repairs. We just want to make sure that they're done up to code and things like that. Also, I would suggest, since you're in City Hall today, go upstairs to the 3rd floor. There's a community development department upstairs, and there's a couple programs up there that may be helpful. They do like a loan program, low-interest loan program, or forgivable loan program. They also have a program that comes through every couple years called Hammers for Hearts, and they come in, they bring people in from, I forget where.
Tennessee, it's volunteers.
Yeah, they come in and they do a bunch of fix-it jobs, like for a couple weeks in the summer. And I think they're taking applications for that now for next year. So you might want to go up there and check in with her, and maybe you can sign up for that. But next step's going to be a rehab agreement, if you guys would sign that. And then that way we'll forward it to you for review and sign it, and we'll get it back in front of the board, and that'll at least keep things going. All right, thank you.
So that agreement's to sign, if it's signed, we're not concerned about the November date?
Correct, because part of that agreement is that they agree that the 2-year expiration date won't apply. So we'll get that in front of you probably in the next couple of weeks, right? We got the report, so we'll try to get it to you for next week.
Thank you.
Where's that upstairs?
3rd floor, community development. Up, and when you get down there, take it right out of the way. It's basically right above us right here.
So do we need a status at all?
Well, the next thing that's gonna come before you is gonna be the rehab agreement.
Okay, so
I
we
think
really.
that'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if
You're
you want to
comfortable
set
with,
this
you're
for
comfortable with,
90 days. Okay. Mr. Ludo wants to set a 30-day status just to make sure that we have the rehab agreement signed by then. Probably a good idea. But we'll send it to you.
Okay.
And just sign it and send it back.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
and you're comfortable with this
Yeah.
arrangement? Okay.
Lynn, do you have is July 8th or something, is that okay, or July 1st, July 15th? 15th? Okay. Okay, then I'm going to make a motion to set this over for status to July 15th, 2021, with the understanding that you're going to sign the rehabilitation agreement. Okay?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you much.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll email to you right now. Your inbox, sign it.
Item B, under old business, status of property located at 4407 Baltimore Avenue.
Yeah, so I have been in touch with Ms. Katie Dominguez with Lake County Adult Protective Services. She has informed me that they have made multiple attempts to gain access to the property. They have visited the location on a few occasions and have not gotten any response from the owner. He's refusing entry or not letting them in, and she's stating that she can actually doesn't hear anything most of the time, but notices a camera there. And after discussion with Corporate Counsel Smith, it's been determined that most likely we'll have to issue a citation for an authority to inspect. Once we obtain that inspection order from the judge, we can then coordinate with PD and then Adult Protective Services to go to the property to gain entry so they can conduct, their investigation to get Mr. Garza the help he needs out of the home, which is in very bad shape at this point.
So what do you need from us going forward?
If we can do at least a 60-day status, it's already been awarded. JM has pulled the permit. The problem is you can't knock the house down with someone in it.
August 5th? Is that okay?
Yeah, you still take minimum 30 days to get the initial arraignment and then explanation to the judge. So.
Is that what you said, August 5th? Good. Yeah. Okay, then I'm going to set this, I'm going to set 4407 Baltimore to August 5th, 2021 for status.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Meeting's open to the public. I would like to acknowledge that Councilman Barry Tyler from the 3rd District of Hammond's in attendance today as well. And he has some words for us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just wanted to go on record and speak on behalf of the family who owns the collapsed church at 1103 Moore Street. They were made aware, I don't know in terms of how much communication that they've had with you, but I've been in communication with a representative that lives in Texas who was taking charge of this matter, and I let him know that you all are moving forward with the demolition. He's okay with that. He's going to talk to Brian Poland to figure out new zoning requirements because they do plan on rebuilding. Not sure how long that process is going to take. He understands that a lien will be placed on the property, and he's willing to figure out whatever repayment needs to happen, what party from the city needs to be a part of that conversation. So just wanted to let everybody know that, the family is aware. They're trying to do what they can. They've been trying to raise money for close to a year now since the church collapsed and just haven't really been able to make any moves there. They were having some issues with insurance, and so now they are ready to move forward with demo and then see what they can do after that.
And I think because of the fire, NIPSCO's already been terminated, so it's really ready to go. I just mentioned to Mr. Farrell that make sure, I think permits just need to be pulled by JM and we're ready to demo.
There's really, and I don't want to complicate this, but they don't have no interest in the stained glass and anything like that. It's in some of the upstanding portions of the building.
So the only thing that they let me know that they were interested in is there's an organ inside that they would like to try to get. I'm not sure what condition it might be in, but I think if we can arrange an opportunity for them to go in there and maybe take a look and figure out what else, if there's anything else that they might want.
Yeah, I would suggest they do that. I mean, it's their property, right? We don't own it. It's a demolition. So it's their property. If they're going to do that, they should do it quickly.
Okay.
Councilman, so if you could relay that to them, the quicker the better.
Okay.
Just like, once the permit's rolled. And just to, obviously, they need to be careful.
Right.
Certainly.
So, and if they want to contact JM Wrecking, I'm sure JM would facilitate that. They may charge them a little extra to get it out or something, but they can.
Have the equipment on site to move it safely so that nobody has to go into the actual rubble.
Got it. Okay. I know the representative is here in town now. I invited him, of course, to come to the meeting and speak, but he couldn't make it. So I'll follow up with him and see, do we have any idea of when it might be scheduled to be demolished?
I have to double check with Jim. I believe it's on one of the priorities on the list.
Okay.
Where they're trying. It's been since July of last year.
Right.
So I know they're trying to move quickly with it.
We can get you the contact information.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Anyone else in the public care to speak?
Morning.
Morning.
My name is Nelson Armio. I was the one asking for the birthday party. I don't know, I was supposed to stand up earlier. Just out of curiosity, so how do I go about this? So I heard you guys approved it, so now do I just wait? Do I get a piece of paper?
Where's the birthday party, where's it at?
172nd and Holman?
Yeah, we were wondering if you needed anything, any materials from the city.
Barricades or anything for?
Yes, if I can get barricades would be awesome. I don't know if we're able to get park benches. I'm not sure exactly what we have access to or what we're allowed to ask for.
What do you need, table, like picnic tables?
Yeah, that'd be,
Okay.
that'll
How
work.
many you gonna need?
Say
How
again?
many tables you gonna need?
Roughly 6.
Yes.
Okay, so I gotta reach out to the park department? You guys have like a list of like,
And the phone number, is that what you're asking for?
Yes.
We'll get you one. Just hang around. The meeting's almost over. We'll get it to you, okay?
very well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else from the public here to speak? Those here on registration matters, if you just give us a few minutes, once we adjourn, we'll make copies of the paperwork you're gonna need, so you can take it downstairs and take care of your business, okay?
Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.